Hello everyone, I'm back to do another video and Happy New Year because this is my first video in 2018. So I just wanted to say that, and I've been looking down at my phone at notes, so just get them up. Right, so this video is going to be talking about around mental health. I've seen a few people talk about this and I just wanted to tell my story, and if it helps anybody then that's a plus. So it's not going to be like a really happy video, so if you're not into like sad videos then probably click on another one. Okay, I'll get into it. So my mental health is great now, like it's fantastic really. It's just I struggle with anxiety at the moment. So I struggle to go out places by myself. Like if I'm with someone, I'm completely fine. If I go out by myself, I have panic attacks, and my heart starts racing, and I feel sick, and it's just awful. So I think I'm going to have to go back to the doctors and see if they will help. But I'm one for not on medication. I don't like to take any sort of medication for my mental state. I like talking about it and helping me that way. So yes, apart from the anxiety side of me, everything else mentally is perfectly fine. So I'm going to go back to 2014 when I lost Riley, and my mental state was not good back then. It was pretty bad. It got to the point where I just didn't see any point in living anymore. I really didn't want to be here. So I'll try and like tell you stage by stage. So obviously after losing him, I wasn't like very good mentally, because obviously I don't know who would be when you've just lost your child. So it was a really tough time, and I remember just like obviously crying all the time, crying every single day. Like my eyes were so sore from crying. And yes, I did at the start. I don't think I really liked to talk much about it. Like I think it was once everything was, I'm not too sure, I think it was not long after losing him and reality kicking in that he's actually gone, and I was visiting him in the funeral place up until, I think it was right up until the beginning of November. So I was visiting him quite a long time, and that helped. And then I think it was once I stopped visiting him, that's when it kicked into like, oh crap, what am I going to do now, because I was still seeing him. So that kind of helped a bit. Like even though he wasn't here, I was still going to see him, holding him and all that. Like he was I don't know what the word is, deteriorating, is it deteriorating? He wasn't as he was when he came out of me, but to me I didn't really notice. I think it's because he's my baby. Like I wanted to choose when I was going to say goodbye. So yeah, that was really hard, but that kind of like, it kind of helped, like seeing him all the time, because like even though he wasn't here, I was still able to see him. It's when it was his funeral day, and that basically was our final goodbye, and I was never going to see him again. So that's when it hit me, and I was like in bed all the time. I didn't want to get up, I didn't want to eat, I didn't want to do anything whatsoever. Like I just wanted to stay in bed and sleep and sleep and sleep, and that's how I felt. And like I just didn't want to do anything. It was really a really bad time, and every time I went to sleep I just wished that I would not wake up. I really didn't want to wake up. I would lay there night after night just saying, just take me, whoever's like God or whoever. I don't really believe in God, but whoever took Riley, I just wanted them to take me. Like I really didn't want to be here. And yeah, every time I'd go to sleep I'd just hope and hope that I would not wake up, and obviously I'd wake up every morning. So it was a really bad time for me. And then I think it's because I always used to blame myself, so I'd always look for answers out there and like Google everything, and it was frustrating as well because when we finally found answers, they're like not really answers, because they said they just put it down to his placenta. He was a normal, perfect little boy. Couldn't find anything wrong with him. So they just put it down to my placenta was stopped functioning, which is the majority of the time that's what they put stillborns down to, because the postmortem results didn't show anything up, which was frustrating because you want answers. So everyone else, I was googling, and everyone else is getting the exact same thing in the placenta, or in some cases it was something wrong with the baby, but not many cases. So that was hard. So I still blamed myself. I blamed myself for doing too much cleaning. I blamed myself for taking the wrong vitamins. I would just find anything to blame myself, and I just thought it was all my fault, and I must have done something wrong for him to not be here. So that went on for quite a while, blaming myself. I still blame myself now. I don't completely blame myself. I don't feel like I did anything wrong, but I don't know, I'm not perfectly happy that I couldn't protect him. I feel like I failed him, and there's nothing I can do about that now. So up to the point where it was getting that bad that I was starting to think of things, of ways to go. I'm not going to go into it too detailed because I just don't think it's appropriate to go into details like that, but just ideas in my head. I was thinking of things of how to end my life and stuff like that, which was pretty bad because I was pretty low. Thinking back now, I can't imagine you thinking them things, because right now my head's I'm so happy with Lily and life and whatever. So just thinking back to if I did do something, obviously there would be no Lily, there would be no me now and everything like that. So I'm glad that I didn't do anything, and but I do have my family to thank for that, and my boyfriend especially, because he was there all the time with me, and obviously he was grieving as well, but he was trying to help me because I was a lot worse than him, and would get into arguments because I say to him I just don't want to be here anymore, and obviously that's not nice for him to hear that I'm saying that. And I think I did tell him that I was thinking of ways to go, and that just blew. That was a massive argument. We was arguing all the time because it was just, both of us had so much anger in us, we don't know how to get it out. But we're still here today, so we stayed strong. I think it was just family support and my boyfriend always being there for me that helped, and my family really helped me, and my boyfriend's family as well. They're included in my family. What really helped was seeing a counsellor, which seen her January 2015 until March 2016. So I seen her for a year and 2 months, which did help because it was nice talking to someone that wasn't family. I don't know why, but it was nice to talk to someone like that. So I would go and see her, I think it was once a week. I would go and see her, and that really helped, and she would just listen, and it was nice to talk about him to someone else that doesn't know him. Talk to her about him all the time, and she was telling us other people's experiences, and it was hard at the time as well because my sister was due to give birth in Feb 2015. I don't know if I ever mentioned, me and my sister was pregnant at the same time. My sister's daughter, my niece, she was due in Feb. So Riley was due in January and she was due in Feb. So we was pregnant together. So you can imagine me losing Riley and still seeing her pregnant was hard. But I don't know, I just felt like I couldn't cut her off because my counsellor would say that most women that she spoke to, it's hard seeing pregnant women and they just cut themselves off from them, which I understand, it was hard, but I think because it being my sister and it being my niece, I just kind of got on with it type thing. I didn't let it affect me around her. It was really, really hard because obviously we talked about them growing up together and they would have been a month apart. So it is really, really hard seeing that, but I just didn't want to make my niece feel her auntie and he doesn't love her or whatever, because it wasn't that. So it's just, I didn't want to like be spiteful on her, because it wasn't obviously her fault that I lost Riley and she was still here. So I think that's what helped. And when she was born, I had her a few times, well, quite a few times when she was tiny, and it kind of helped, like cuddling her and holding her. Like, it did hurt, but then it was kind of comfort as well to be able to hold a baby and love her and help her grow. So yeah, that helped me. And then I still was seeing her right up until March 2016, which I found out I was pregnant with Lily July 2015, I think it was, July 2015, and I had her in Feb 2016. So I was seeing her all the way through my pregnancy, the counsellor, because she just like, she helped with Riley, then she helped her trying to conceive Lily, because Lily took 8 months to conceive, and she does fertility and IVF. She does IVF, but I think she's in the fertility treatment type thing, so she was giving us advice on that. And then once I got pregnant, and then once we had Lily, she's seen her as well. And we're seeing her all the way through, and I do really recommend it if you do feel down or like lost a child. Just, well, they're there to help, aren't they? And because my bereavement midwife, she actually put me in touch with her, because she did say if you do get to a point where you need a counsellor, because most people do, then she's there. And at first I thought, oh no, I don't, I'm strong enough. But then I thought, with having the thoughts and not wanting to be here anymore, I was like, I've got to do something, because I feel like if you don't do something, no one else can actually help you completely. You have to help yourself. I've learned that, like, no matter how much anybody helps you, if you don't get out of, like, getting up out of bed, no one else is going to. You need to, like, just say, I've just got to do it, I've got to get on life, or like passes by and whatever. And even though you don't want it to, you want everything to be stopped, because your life basically stopped. But it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. So yes, you just have to get out of bed and get up, and even just getting out of bed and eating is like making progress. So yes, I do really recommend a counsellor, or even speaking to anybody. Like, I had family, well, my boyfriend, I was really lucky, I had a lot of people around me, and I think if it wasn't for them, and then like reaching out to the counsellor as well, I don't know what my mental state would have been. And luckily I did all of it, getting out of it, by just talking and expressing how I feel and telling people what I feel like and stuff like that. And I didn't have to have any medication or anything like that, which I'm so thankful for, because I don't know, I'm not one for medication. I think it's better to talk about things and get it out your head. So yeah, I think that was pretty much it. I think like my mental state got a lot better after that. Like, it took 8 months to get pregnant with Lily. Once I was pregnant, that seemed to like lift me up a bit, like quite a lot. But I think it was around like when my niece was born, she helped me as well. Even though she was only a baby, she really helped me, like, I don't know, just like take my mind off things. She kept me busy, and yeah, so that was like good for me and everything. And then once I got pregnant with Lily, I was still like really anxious. Obviously, I don't know who wouldn't be, but I was so scared and so anxious every time I went for a scan. And I had like 8-9 scans I think I had with Lily, which was amazing to see her all that time. But it was so scary every time. I'd remember every time I go into that room, and it was the exact same room that I went in when I lost Riley, that I had to go in all the time with Lily, so that was quite scary. But they reassured me all the time as well, and I got checked all the time. So yeah, and then she got induced, because I just couldn't cope. I didn't want to go full term. Like, as soon as she was cooked and ready, I was like, I need her out. And I couldn't cope with the thought of losing her, like going through all that again. I don't think I mentally could have coped with that. I don't know what I've done, or I probably had another breakdown, because yeah, it's just one of the hardest things that you'd ever go through in your life, is losing your child. So and then once she came, oh my gosh, that's when my life just went amazing. Like, she's my everything, my world. I don't know what I'd do without her. She keeps me busy, get stressed with her. But yeah, I think if it wasn't for the sake of having Lily, then I don't know what I would be doing, because I've always wanted to be a mum ever since I was little, and she just, yeah, makes my life perfect. Like, I just absolutely adore her. And yeah, so if it wasn't for like choosing to get pregnant straight away, we chose to not wait and try straight away once I had my first period, because it didn't put me off. Sometimes it puts people off, but it didn't put me off. I just needed to hold a baby. I just needed my baby. So that's like everything I would say about how my mental state was. And like, I'm so happy and everything now. My mental state is great, apart from my little anxiety bit that I need to sort out. But other than that, mentally, it's great. I think it's just like, your mental health is like most important thing really, because if you've like your brain and good, then it affects everything else. So I think the advice that I would give is, from going through it myself, would be take your time, and one day you would just want to get up, like hopefully no longer than a month or two, and then just get out of bed and find something positive to look forward to. And what I did was I just looked forward to getting pregnant and trying for another baby, and hopefully holding my baby in my arms. What kept me like going all the time. Number 2 will be always talk to somebody. I find it helped me. I think that's the most thing that ever helped me, was talking. Boyfriend, family, friends, like professionals. I just find talking to people, anybody, helps a lot. Just let someone know that you're struggling, and people are willing to help you. Never give up. Like, I'm so thankful that I never did anything to harm myself or anything like that, because I didn't think that I was going to get anywhere in life, and I didn't think that I had anything to live for, which obviously I did. My family, my boyfriend, everybody cared about me. I had loads of people that loved and cared about me, and obviously I was just thinking about myself, and I didn't think about them. I just thought that I'm not happy, I don't want to be here, just wanted to give up. So other people, there's bound to be someone out there that cares about you and loves you and wouldn't want to see you go. So definitely don't give up. There's always a future. Like, I never thought there was a future for me, and I have the most perfect, gorgeous little girl, and great people surrounding me, in a lovely house and everything like that. So never give up. Always set yourself like some goals as well. Like, if you want to achieve something, then write it down and just work your way to achieving it. I always think it's good to concentrate on something different when you're not feeling like your mental state isn't there and stuff. I just find it really good to just try and distract yourself and concentrate, which it was so hard for me. Like, I find it so hard just even watching a program. Like, I just couldn't concentrate. But I think eventually, as time goes on, you get better with it. Which other mental states, I'm not too sure. Like, I don't know if it's the same if you've lost your family member, or if you've had like abuse or whatever like that. I don't know. This isn't mental. This isn't like advice for everybody. This is mainly just for people that have like lost a baby. But obviously, this advice could work for you as well. So I'm no expert, so I don't know what help you need, but I'm just know what helped me, and hopefully if any of it will help anyone out there. And yeah, I think that's everything. I don't think I've even got no more notes down, and I don't think there's anything else I can think of. But yes, just yeah, never give up, and definitely don't harm yourself or anything like that. There's nothing, like, good will always come. And yes, I'm so thankful again for everyone that helped me when I was in my like bad stage with Riley and stuff, because I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for them and their support. So yes, thanks again, and I hope I've helped at least one person if they're struggling. And yes, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.